As we move through this brand new year, we thank you for subscribing to our podcast. And if you have an idea or two about how we could make this information service more complete for you, we'd love to hear from you. We want to provide some genuine help for our listeners, answers and ideas to help you make the best possible investing decisions. And you can do that two ways. That is, communicate with us here. Use your phone or call anytime. Call our anytime line at 888-99-CHART. That's 888-992-4278. Or go to investtalk.com. That's InvestTalk with two T's, investtalk.com, and click on Contact Us. And thanks again for listening to Invest Talk. Welcome to Invest Talk, 1 hour about funding your retirement. A tried and true investment solution for millions of Americans has been the mutual fund. Is it still as good as ever? Are there better choices for those who just don't want to invest in individual stocks? That's just one topic on the table this afternoon. What's your question on this Friday, June 5th? Stay with us and join in the discussion. This is Invest Talk, dedicated to the idea that you can do better than the average investor. And now, here's your host, Money Manager Steve Peasley.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Invest Talk. It is Friday, June 5th, and today I have a special guest with us. Jerry Klein, the founder of Klein, Pavlis & Peasley, is here. Jerry, thanks for joining us.
I'm very happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to the callers making their calls.
Yes, we really appreciate it. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We're going to talk about money. We always do. Every Monday through Friday, 4 to 5 this time, we talk about money. Talk about how to invest it, how to save it, how to grow it. That's what we discuss. And we'd like to do that with your help and your calls and questions, okay? So, of course, we're searching for the most gain with the least amount of risk. That's what we all do. How to make a lot of money without risking without taking too much risk. But, you're going to have to take some risk to make money. That's just the name of the game. Now, we have tools. You have to make some decisions. You have to make good, sound, hard decisions, everybody. That doesn't mean you make them using your emotions, by the way. Fear or greed. The only two emotions that mean anything in the market. Don't make decisions based on fear or greed. And Jerry has taught me over the years and discussed this at length, and so have I, that you need to look at the facts, stand back, and make reasoned decisions, not based on how you feel things are going or not going.
No, not in your emotions.
Yeah, not the emotions. You can't. And I'd like to remind you, we have our Saturday Morning Wealth Conference coming up on June 13th in Berkeley. June 13th in Berkeley. That's a Saturday morning from 9 to 12. It's $45 per person. We're going to allow you to bring a person in for free. So it's really $45 for two people. And children are always free. Always. So if you can make it, that's June 13th, Saturday morning at the Berkeley Marina at the DoubleTree Hotel there. So, and we'll provide breakfast, handouts, drinks, coffee. That we try to do all that stuff, and I hope to see you there. I really do. It's all about the new face of opportunity, by the way. What is out there that we now have? In all economic situations, there's bad and good. What are we going to, moving forward, what's going to be the good stuff moving forward? What's going to be the stocks, the industries, what is going to be favored by companies, economies, governments? What is that? What's the new opportunities out there in the world, not just in the U.S., but around the world? That's what it's going to be about, the conference. So if you can make it, we really appreciate it. Now, today's talking point is about mutual funds. I know it's a boring subject. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. But we want to make you aware of some of the pitfalls about mutual funds. And we'll discuss it briefly. And any other questions you might have, that's what we like to do. We're going to talk about how some of those mutual funds impact your taxes. And that's very, very important. But as always, your questions are what makes the show go. 888-99-CHART. And we'll open the lines up right now, 888-992-4278. Now, this week in the market, Jerry, we actually had some okay economic news. Nothing good, but not as dire as it has been. And some of the news sparked a market rally earlier in the week.
Yep, and I think that part of it's over myself.
The what?
The not less than bad news rally.
Yeah, less than bad news.
Yeah, I think that's gone by the boards. I think we now have to get some reality going in here before you're going to move the market much
So
further.
we have to have good news.
Yeah, it'd be very nice if we had good news. And one of the things that we could have good news is if the same store sales figures would begin getting better, not good, but good, not just better.
I think you're going to start seeing some pretty positive comparisons because, they compare month over month and year over year comparisons.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've been so bad for so long that maybe some of the comparisons will finally start looking better. And you have to have some positive numbers.
Well,
growth.
because I think the public's changed their behavior,
Spending habits.
their spending habits. I really do.
Well, we had that stat out this week that the savings rate jumped up to 5-point-something%.
Yep, and we had a negative savings rate up until then.
Yeah, for years.
Yeah.
So people are starting to put money aside. I don't know, Jerry. I don't know if I have that much faith in people being able to maintain that savings rate, because we are a society of I want it and I want it now kind of thinking. Do you
Well,
think,
the younger generation is. I've been through that already, but I don't think that's.
Do you think we actually are going to change our?
Well, I think as a younger generation gets some whiskers, maybe they will.
Let's hope so. But the market today kind of was mixed, up a little bit, down a little bit, mixed after some not as bad news. It was all about the jobs report for last month. We lost 345,000 jobs. Well, let's make sure we all agree that that's based on how the government counts jobs,
Yeah.
which isn't so accurate.
Well, the 220,000 jobs that he just created out of thin air on a birth-death rate.
Yeah, so it always is a question, but we have to rely on something as at least to give us some trend. Are we up or down? The trend has been losing less jobs for the last 4 months. We got up to about 800,000 4 months ago, lost. Now we're at 350. At least the trend might be changing. But we still got to have, as Jerry said, we got to have positive numbers.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think we're even going to be close to positive numbers on jobs for until late this year or early next year, Jerry. I really don't.
I don't either. Actually, the database I track of all stocks, 89,000 stocks, 38.4% were up, 46.6% down, and 15% were unchanged today.
For today.
Yeah.
Yeah, for today. So the jobs numbers are looking a little bit better. Unemployment claims have been going down they do those every week for the last several weeks. So it's not as bad. But remember, jobs data is always a lagging indicator, everybody. Lag. You would think that job data might have sparked the market today. It did at the opening, but it kind of petered out quickly.
Yeah, it petered up to before 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it was quick. So that really is not sustainable. So we need some better positive news to keep this market rallying. We may get it. Who knows? I think this spending that the governments around the world are doing is going to have, in the short term, some positive impact. Long term, Jerry, I think we're looking at some inflation down the road.
That's my personal opinion, and because we're positioning for that.
Yep.